Okay, hello. Uh this it's our last meeting here. Uh my name is Drew Hagan, and we will be the host for I will be the host for this Kubernetes 135 release team meeting. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, and we are in the final week and the final day of the release cycle. Please be aware this is a Kubernetes community meeting, which falls under the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which could be summarized as please be excellent to each other. Thank you. This meeting is being recorded and will be publicly posted to YouTube, so please be mindful what you say is being recorded. So, on our final meeting today, does anybody have any open discussion items? Okay. Moving on to sub-team updates, starting with enhancements. So enhancements is green, and we don't have much to update, which is which is good on the release day, I'd say. Any questions for enhancements?
Hey, sorry, my audio was just not working earlier.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it as well. I think there's just not too many updates for us for right now. We're green and yeah, don't have too much to update. Sorry.
Okay. Moving on to release signal. Do we have anyone from release signal on the call?
Yes, I did not update the name there, but yeah, looks like we are good, green, happy to go. Yay.
Awesome. Any questions for release signal? All right, moving on to docs.
Hi there. Awesome for the final update from Docs of this year and of this release. Our current status is green. The version 1.35 RC1 release notes PR has been merged. The main branch on website has been freeze. The freeze has been in effect from yesterday. And Urvashi, our lead, is working on some release day, post-release day tasks. These include branch sync PR, which has been created, the Hugo.toml updates for last four releases has also been created for version 1.31, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4. And a schedule PR for version 1.35 has also been created. And yeah, that should be it from Docs.
Okay, yeah, I have a question for docs. I remember on release day, um, many releases ago that I coordinated with when I was leading the docs team, coordinated with the a SIG docs chair. Have we already synchronized with SIG docs for release day activities?
Yes, I dropped message in the SIGDoc channel, and Divya is assigned to us for any help or yeah. And I also synced with the cat today regarding the Netlify work. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, the Netlify site has been updated. I'm the assigned. I get that this gets weird when somebody is wearing multiple hats. I'm the assigned SIGDocs lead for dealing with the release today.
Okay,
So
cool.
yes,
Good.
when it's time to cut the release tag, Urvachi can reach out to me, and I will help do it, or just
Okay.
do it, whatever she wants.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then we'll have the release day party right after this, and yeah, is are we available to hang out for that and just kind of coordinate everything together?
It's gonna take hours usually.
Okay, got it.
So,
Yeah,
like the full run of the release, like you won't send that email until probably like 5 or 6 Pacific time.
right. Yeah,
So generally for the release day, like that release day party Zoom, people bounce in and out of it, and there may be nobody in it at
Yeah.
like long stretches of time because stuff has to happen sequentially and it does take hours. There's like a hot minute where we're just going to be waiting on Angelos. Because the build will also fail once. It usually does. We'll have to
Yeah.
restart it. And that's like 3 hours right there.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, it looks like we had to update Krell, so that also took some extra time. We got to, I think it was the no mock stage, and then realized, oh, we're not on the latest version of Krell. So, um, but yeah, any questions or any questions for the docs team? Okay, moving on to comms.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Yeah,
I just had a quick question regarding the final release note PR.
yeah.
I don't see the tag
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm quite confused about what to do next regarding creating the final release note PR.
That
Mm-hmm.
tag won't exist until later. So that tag has to be created by SIG docs slash the docs lead. So that is a thing we do. The if you scroll down through the release timeline for docs role, one of the last release day tasks you'll see involves publishing the release and creating the tag. So you can't actually publish the final release notes until that tag exists, um, which means we need to update probably both the docs handbook and um, the lead timeline, I think.
yeah. Yeah, I had some
But yeah,
confusion about that. Because it
Uh,
said, at least from what I'm tracking, it said like these final actions must occur in order, and the second thing was the release notes draft. But
so
yeah.
one thing is release notes for the final one. We don't need to run via Krell. We just have to go through the existing JSON and uh, the markdown files and update it manually, like whatever is present there. And if there are any typos or errors, then we just update it manually and raise a PR. This needs to be merged before the release is cut, because if once the release has been cut, it will take the current release notes whatever is present there. So after the release happens, I mean, there is no I mean, it doesn't make sense to update the release notes anymore. So better to go through all the I mean, content whatever is there in our markdown file and the JSON file, and make sure to, I mean, there are no typos and everything is written correctly, and then raise a PR. So uh, we have to, I mean, I have to update the handbook as well, where I have to mention this thing should be, uh, this draft PR should be raised at least 1 week prior to the release day, because there will be reviews coming in from multiple teams if there are more number of release notes updates. So yeah, Urvashi, you have to go through it manually, and I mean, I can help. So probably we
Yeah,
can
could you
sync
please
and
help her with that?
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I have one question. So as far as I remember, my memory is a bit hazy.
Mhm.
Isn't the KK tag cut by the BMs? Cat, is that right? Or is it the docs, sig docs that creates the tag on KK for Krell to read off of that tag?
So it is the doc subteam with SIG docs.
That
That
creates
is
the tag on
always,
KK?
yeah, we create the tag.
All right. Okay, that's one question. And the second thing was, Ryan, to what you mentioned right now. As far as I remember, the flow was that Krell would run like T-1, so one release or one tag earlier. And you would basically have to run it post the tag is present so that you can fetch the commits up to that tag. I don't know if Krell has been modified, that behavior has changed.
Mhm.
But Krell would usually fetch commits up to a particular tag. And if that tag is non-existent in the upstream repository, then curl cannot function. Well, you can modify source code to and work around that if you're cutting the final release notes. But usually what's it like, the tag is published, then the release notes PR is raised, then it's merged. And as far as I remember, there was like a sync job, which kind of synced the release notes from SIG release to like the main repository in which the changelog is present, to the changelog MD file. And that job, I think, runs after a few hours. It's based on a cron, if I remember correctly. So you might want to check that as well. And sometimes what happens is that we update the release notes afterwards when that job has already triggered and the changelog in the main repository has been updated. And we update it in SIG release thinking that, oh, this would reflect in the main changelog. But we have to do a manual copy in that case if we update it in SIG release and not in the final changelog.
Okay, sure.
So if you want to run crel again, because maybe something has been merged after the last release cut and there are new commits, then you can either modify crel to fetch the latest commit from the release branch, or you can kind of point it to a fork that you create a tag there, and then crel can. Well, there are ways to work around that in source code. But if it's not modifying crel, then I think if you want to get the latest commits, you have to do it after the tag is published. That's how I think crel is structured right now.
Okay. So as far as I remember, when the release is cut, at that time, whatever release notes are present, those will be added with the tag. I need to check if even after the merge, this is also mentioned in the handbook as a note, and I have to check if there are even after the release has been cut, if there are new changes in the release notes, if that automatically syncs with the tag. So if that happens, then we are, I think, good to go. So yeah.
So there's the Kate's release robot that runs, and the tag itself does not contain any markdown. Like the tag, the GitHub tag does not contain any markdown of the release note. It contains a link to the changelog 1.3, whatever the release is, and that file is updated by this robot, which I would have to check what its trigger is. But it's Kate's release robot that triggers the update of changelog, basically the sync between SIG release repository and the Kubernetes repository.
Okay, possible, yeah.
Let me just check on.
It's a bit blurry for me. It's been like 1 year almost. Yeah.
That's all cool, mate.
Do we want to continue discussion on this in the release day party?
Yeah, sure. I'm just checking what's like the actual trigger mechanism.
Yeah. While you check that, let's move on to the comms update.
Hello, can you hear me right? Our status is green. We actually have just 3 feature blogs currently under review. The other 10 feature blogs are merged, and we are starting opening the scheduling PR for them. There is an announcement PR is ready to be merged, and the communication with the CNCF is open. We are on track for the PR communication, but we still don't have the webinar link from Odra. I did a ping yesterday via mail and Slack, but I didn't get an answer. So probably we will publish the announcement blog post without the webinar link. We only have the date, and then we will update it later.
Would it be more ideal for us to try to reach out to somebody on the CNCF Slack? Is that like a easy, does that take a while for them to have that link ready?
I don't know. I just spoke.
It can take them a while. Sometimes they straight up forget.
Okay.
It's worth poking them, but yeah, sometimes they straight up forget.
Okay. I'll take that the action item of poking them. Who's our point person on that? Is it still Adria or
Yeah, I talked with Audra.
Audra? Okay. Um, any other questions for the comms team? Okay, moving on to branch management. Uh, looks like Angelos is not on the call, but I noticed that he's ready to go with the no mock release step whenever we are. So, yeah, I'll give him the go ahead when we're feeling comfortable with the other pieces. He had mentioned that he thought, as far as he was aware, the release lead didn't have to block the branch management activities on release day. Is that right? Even with the no mock release?
You don't. I mean, you can,
Yeah.
but once everybody has once we've gone through the go no go
Hmm.
for each sub team, it there shouldn't be anything. Let me pull up your tracking
Yeah.
thing. See where you are. It should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is just that um, just the final actions must occur in order. We have like the release notes and mock publication to finish still with how that reads.
Yeah, I think you're fine. So, Doc needs to do the manual release notes draft since we're not using Krell for that because the tag doesn't exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's yeah. After that's done, we're good to continue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll coordinate with them. They're on standby for release. Really exciting
Okay.
stuff. Um, yeah, any questions for release branch management? All right, Kat, do you have any updates for us?
Um, no, you've all done a wonderful job. This has been a very smooth release. Good job, everybody. Um, After it's cut, I'll open the issue for nominations for the next cycle. I'll open that tomorrow or Friday, and the Shadow app for the next release will go out Friday too. That's it. You're killing it.
All right. Um, so we're gonna have the release party immediately after this. So I will end the recording for YouTube, but we'll just continue this meeting. I'll play that Christmas lo-fi or holiday lo-fi music. Um, we'll just kind of hang out. Yeah, and continue to coordinate some of these remaining tasks. So, anybody that's available, feel free to pop in. Like Kat said, it will probably be several hours, so I'll be here on the call and yeah, continuing to work through things. So, um, yeah. Uh, yeah, y'all have done a great job. I couldn't have done this without you. Every time I um, started digging deep into your work, it was going excellently. So, yeah, it means a lot that y'all were on point. My trust was in good hands. Yeah, feeling very sentimental. This is the last day, so been with the release team for 3 years now. So, yeah, very surreal. Just want you to know I appreciate all of you. Any questions for
Mm.
me? All right. Are there any discussion items we wanted to visit before ending the recording of this meeting?
Do you have any plans for what you want to do next, Drew?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Have
be
you
doing.
thought of anything?
You mean like in the project, in the Kubernetes project?
Yeah, in the project. Yeah, yeah. I mean, taking
Yeah,
a break is also the most valid answer that I expect right now. So I don't expect
I
that you know.
yeah, I'm getting a little bit of an echo on your end.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Uh, Let me see what I can do to fix that.
I'm happy to answer your question as long as it's not like three of me answering that question. Yeah, so I think a break would be prudent for me. I am going to lightly contribute to SIG Docs. I've connected with Natalie about that. Um, so I'll be continuing to watch doc PRs over the next cycle and definitely want to take it a little easy because this was a lot of different things to track. So of course I started a new job um, late this summer as well, and just have had like a lot of other transitions in my life. So I think it definitely will be healthy to take a break. But yeah, I'll still be around. I'll be around to I'll be available in the next release cycle if anybody needs has any questions for me or wants some support. There's a lot of retro action items that are left, so I'll be spending time looking at that and making sure those items get closed as well, especially the ones that are assigned to me. Uh, I plan to go to KubeCon EU this year, or next year, so hopefully I'll see some of y'all there. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things I'd be interested in with the Kubernetes project, but I'm definitely going to take some time to relax and reflect. What
I
have you
lost.
done? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I lost half of that answer. I was connecting my headphones and they paired up with my phone for some reason, and um, I think I took a decent break, but at the same time, I had some work to do for the SRC. So I started digging into that, but then I started contributing to another open source project. I am contributing to InToto right now. So
Cool.
InToto is cool. Some very particular problem there. It's just like try to take a break. That's my suggestion, because there might be an urge inside of you to just come back and do more things, but try taking a break as much as possible. And
Yeah,
I think you would eventually come back to the project. So yeah, that's like my advice of what I did.
gotcha. Really appreciate that advice.
No worries, mate.
All right. Any other final discussion items we wanted to visit? Okay. Thank you all again. It's been wonderful working with you. And if you're tuning in on YouTube, thanks for tuning in to our final 135 release team meeting.